Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Woerner, concept designer with Fun Stamper's Journey. I want to welcome you to today's product spotlight video where I'm going to show you how to make beautiful rosettes using our paper fan die. So the paper fan die is one piece. The petals measure 3.5 inches and you're going to have 12 scored lines going across. You're going to want to cut 4 pieces. And you're going to start folding these along the scored lines like an accordion. And the best way that I have found to make sure that each of the pieces interlock with each other is to start with the scalloped against your left hand, and the first fold is always going to be down. And then you can just assemble very quickly from there. And what I'm doing to show you is I'm taking my fingers and I'm putting it against that scored line, flipping it, and doing the same thing with my thumbs. So that sort of creates a quick little break in the score and just allows for it to go by really fast. When you're done, you're just going to give it a good couple of squeezes up and down the petals and move on to the next piece. And again, we start with the left hand touching the scallops and the first fold going down. And we can just cruise through these pretty quickly. Then I'm going to show you how they all interlock together. It's very clever. All right, so we're finished, so we're going to give it a couple pinches, and I went ahead and folded 2 more. Okay, so now it's time to glue your pieces together. So you might remember that the first piece is pointing down, which means that the last piece points up, which perfectly interlocks with your next piece that's going down, like this. So I'm going to use a glue gun to glue these panels together. It's quick, it's easy, and it creates a really strong hold. However, you do not have to use a glue gun if you don't have one. You can use our craft glue, and what you would do is you would glue your pieces together like this, pinch them, and then hold them together with a clip until they dry. Of course, with a glue gun, it's quick, it's easy, and it's very strong. So we're just going to whip through these. And we're just going to adhere all 4 panels together, like such. And you don't have much wiggle room with a glue gun. It's pretty much where you're placing it and sticking it is where it's going to be. So kind of get it lined up where you want it pretty fast. All right, last little piece here. Sliding it in. Okay. So now at this point, if you had all your panels with your craft glue, you're going to remove all the clips and you're going to form it in a circle like this. And let's get this last bead. And now we have a circle. Okay, so let's get this glue gun, just put to the side for a moment. So the best way that you're going to gather your rosette is you're just going to kind of gather at the top and then gently, oh, I should mention, you're going to lay it with the scallops on your table. You're going to lightly gather it, and as you're doing that, you're going to press out, okay? So I mentioned earlier that these petals measure 3.5 inches. So when you cinch your circle up, as tight as it'll go, you've got a 7-inch blossom or rosette. But if you wanted something a little bigger, you could actually spread your circle, and you could even get another maybe good 1.5 inches. All right, so now obviously you need to stabilize your rosette. So the best way to do that is to use circles, and you're going to adhere one on the top and one on the bottom. Now, again, you do not have to use your hot glue, you can use your craft glue. And if you're using your craft glue, what you would do, because you're only adhering the circle to the very top of each fold, you're going to make sure that you have a lot of glue, like it covers your entire circle. And you're going to rest it with a clear stamping block and set it aside to dry. Make sure it's dried really good. All right, so now we're going to do this with a glue gun. And I'm going to get this glue all across. Oops. Oh no. Of course, that thing went wonky on me. Grab your circle and press down. Now with your glue, you do have a couple minutes if you need to address any of your little pleats, sort of move them around, make sure they didn't get a little wonky while you were holding it there. Okay, so I can feel that the glue is hot, so I'm just keeping it still. I could probably actually even do this. We're just gonna let it sit there for a second while I'm gonna get another glue stick for my gun. All right, now you're gonna wanna flip it over. And of course, this side's a lot easier to do, so I can hold the circle. And we're just gonna glue the second side. Okay, now you have your rosette, and it is perfectly firm and stable. Okay, so let me show you a rosette that I've already decorated. So this one is just lightly decorated with a scallop circle, one of our medallion dies, and accented with a white resin flower. And one of the things I love about having these circles in the back is you can actually use them to create banners, and you have a nice something solid that you can attach your ribbon to. So of course you could splay your rosettes like this. For instance, maybe spelling the word baby for a baby shower or baby girl, or you can even hang them like this, right? So you're going vertically instead of horizontally. Now you can decorate these as simply or as ornate as you want. This is just our die cut letter from our steel rule die set called Alpha Bold, and it's perfectly sized to fit within these rosettes. All right, so you might be asking yourself, can you make other sizes? Well, actually you can. So the first thing I did was just sort of randomly cut down my piece to 2 1/4 inch, and I got this. So this is a nice good if you want to sort of stagger your sizes with your collage or maybe your banner. And then I thought to myself, how small could I go? Well, I thought I'd try to just cut this down to just 1 inch size, and I folded it up and got this little cute guy. So this little guy is adorable. I will say that as you go down in size, the diameter of the circle is smaller, so you don't need as much cardstock. So this size rosette, you'll need 4 panels. This size, you only need 3 panels. And this tiny guy needs 2. And one thing I wanted to mention about this, because you're dealing with these little blooms that are so tiny, it can be a little bit challenging to hold to get your circle in. So one of the ways I got around that was I grabbed our slit punch and I made, and I'll just show you here really fast, you can punch through 2 layers at once, and I went up through the whole, all the pieces, and then threaded it with our thread and cinched it up. And you can kind of see right in here how I cinched it. And then that was a really super quick way to do it rather than trying to sort of get my little flower and sort of splay it down like I showed you earlier. All right, so you know us crafters, we never like to throw anything away, so the pieces that were left over when I cut the 1 inch off the scallop side, I made into a rosette, and it came out like this. So it's cute, even though it doesn't have the scalloped edge. This would be great for mixing and mixing it around, maybe getting a collage or a fun banner. You get lots of different looks, lots of different sizes, all from the one paper fan die. So I hope I've inspired you to make beautiful rosette flowers. Thank you so much for watching, and now it's your turn to bring paper to life.